career is 2. But there is one chink in the armor. He and the Yankees' A.J. Burnett lead the major leagues in walks with 71. So it's always a question which Kershaw will go to the mound, and we'll find out. He went 8 against the Cardinals and was brilliant, went 4 against Milwaukee. We'll take a look at the Dodgers with the leather, and it's Ramirez, Kemp, and Ethier in the outfield. The infield, Tony Abreu, just up from Albuquerque, takes over at third, with Rafael Percal, Orlando Hudson, and James Loney, and the battery, Brad Osmus, handling Clayton Kershaw. So both Russell Martin and Casey Blake get a little rest, and we're about ready to get underway. As Osmus settling in, and the same thing settling in for Blake and Martin. They sit shoulder to shoulder in the Dodger dugout. Ryan Church, who hit that big home run into the right field stands last night in the 12th inning with 2 men aboard. Left-hand batter, a big long swing and a miss, and the count 0-1. Ryan hitting .283, 4 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Came over to the Braves in the Jeff Francoeur deal, and Church has perked up with the bat of late. He takes a strike, and the count 0-2. Ryan Church, since joining Atlanta, is hitting a solid .295, couple of home runs, 8 runs batted in. The strike 2 pitch on the way. Kershaw delivers, and that's whacked down the left field line, slicing away from Manny Ramirez. It'll go to the box seats, and by the time Manny gets back in, why, Ryan Church has himself a long double to left field on an 0-2 pitch. I'm not sure which is more painful, the double or the fact that it was hit with 2 strikes. So Church doubles into the corner, and Martin Prado, the third baseman, coming up. Temperature at the first pitch tonight, a beautiful 74 degrees. The Church at second, and here is Prado. In last night's ball game, he had 2 hits. And on deck, Garrett Anderson. Kershaw ready, delivers in the dirt. Nice block by Osmus, keeping the ball and the play in front of him. And Church remains anchored at second base. Martin Prado hitting .316, 7 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Playing third base, Chipper Jones hurt his side in batting practice last night, so they've lost their solid player, their number 3 hitter. And the pitch now 1-1. And for Chipper, as he looks on, when he is not in the starting lineup, the Braves are a break-even 9-9. And it was a shame he got hurt, because in the first game of the series, he had a walk, single, double, home run, and for good measure a stolen base. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-2 the count to Martin Prado, with Garrett Anderson on deck. Prado from Maracay in Venezuela. Kershaw trying to keep Ryan Church anchored at second base. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Prado. Clayton looks back at second, now works the plate. Fastball swung on and popped up. Coming down the line is Loney, and don't you know, it's Kershaw who hollers Loney off and makes the catch. Only a 21-year-old would even dare to do that. And so Loney turns and, somewhat puzzled, goes back to his position. So 1 away. Church remains at second on the pop fly, and the batter will be Garrett Anderson. The veteran Garrett Anderson had 2 hits, one in the 9th inning to drive in the tying run, and then a 1-out single in the 12th that was eventually followed by the big home run by Ryan Church. So Garrett, born in Los Angeles, had that magnificent career with the Angels. Swings, doesn't get the first one, and the count 0-1. Garrett Anderson and Manny Ramirez, the only active players to hit .280 or better in each of the last 14 years. 0-1 the count to Garrett. Lives in Granada Hills, last we checked. And the strike 1 pitch on the way. Garrett waves at a pitch, badly fooled, and the count 0-2. So Kershaw on an 0-2 pitch gave up a double to Ryan Church, got Prado to pop up, and now jumps out in front of Garrett Anderson 0-2. For Anderson to hit well here is no surprise. In his career coming here with the Angels, he hit .305 at Dodger Stadium, including 7 home runs. The strike 2 pitch to the 37-year-old is swung on and fouled back. Garrett, who started playing for the Angels in 1994 and stayed with them through last year. 6'3", 225, and makes it look so easy to play this game. Garrett, who went to Kennedy High School, trying to pick up Ryan Church from second. And the strike 2 pitch on the way is a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and down goes Anderson. So 2 down here in the first inning. Big curveball starts up and then just drops down right into Ozma's mitt. Strikeout number 1 for Clayton Kershaw. By the way, Clayton has walked 71, as we mentioned, and he has struck out 124. The batter now is Yunel Escobar, and when he came up to the plate last night in a pivotal situation, it was all laid out for us because he was hitting .413 with runners in scoring position. He takes a strike, and the count 0-1. With that base hit last night, he's now hitting .419 with men in scoring position. He had that key hit in the 12th inning to drive in Garrett Anderson. Now the strike 1 pitch is swung on and missed. Good fastball at 93, and the count 0-2 to the young fella from Havana, Cuba. So Clayton out of Big D facing Escobar from Havana, Cuba. Escobar, 26 years old, right-hand hitter waiting. Kershaw deals, fastball inside. That thing jumped at the plate. 1-2 the count. At this time of day, or night if you prefer, 7:17, brilliant blue sky. The lights really don't take effect. You can just imagine the problems for some of these hitters in this first inning. Looking at 93-mile-an-hour fastballs. 1-2 the count to Escobar. Kershaw ready. Fastball is swung on and missed. That was 94 up around the letters. So the leadoff double and nothing else. And at the end is half an inning. No score. Out 2. Took Clayton 15 pitches, and there were 6 swings and misses. No foul ball. Dodger lineup tonight for Call, Ethier, and Ramirez. Then you have Kemp, Loney, and Hudson. Young Tony Abreu making his first start since 2007. He was just called up from Albuquerque yesterday. Tony's at third. Brad Osmus behind the plate. Clayton Kershaw on the mound. On the mound for Atlanta would be Kenshin Kawakami. Kawakami was born in Tokushima, and they tell me in Japan if it has Shima at the end of it, it means an island. So he was born on Tokushima, which is kind of southwest of Nagoya and Tokyo. And since he played so long for the Chunichi Dragons, you know, he lives in Nagoya City. His first pitch to Rafael Furcal is a strike, and the count 0-1. Kawakami is 5'10", 200-pounder, and he is 34 years old. Strike one pitch on the way. Fastball inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Those familiar with Kawakami say that he reminds them a lot of Kuroda. Right-hander into the windup, and the 1-1 pitch on the way to Furcal. That's a little strike up around the letters. Hiroki Kuroda talking to Chad Billingsley. No doubt that brief comment had to do something with Kawakami, who has similar pitches, including a splitter. The 1-2 pitch, and that might have been the splitter in the dirt, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back in 1997, Kawakami pitched for Japan in the Intercontinental Cup and shocked everybody by beating Cuba for the gold medal. High fly ball to center, very playable. Ryan Church is right there, and just like that, 1 away. So Kawakami, who might not be well known in these parts, nevertheless pitched 11 years for the Chunichi Dragons. He's a 2-time Olympian and a 3-time Gold Glove recipient over there. His agent is certainly someone we know very well, Dan Evans. Dan, at one time, you may remember, was the general manager of the Dodgers. So Kawakami ready to go to work now with 1 out, and Andre Ethier at the plate. Kawakami ready, and the right-hander delivers. Ground ball to first. LaRoche bobbles it momentarily, then takes it to the bag. And we have 2 down in the first inning. So Ethier probably happy to finally see a strike. Andre last night walked 4 times. So he walked up and took a hack at the first pitch and grounded out. So now with 2 down, Manny Ramirez checking in. Manny hitting .308, 12 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Kawakami works just about on the first base side of the rubber. Manny waiting, 2 out, first inning, no score. Kawakami into the windup, deals, and the fastball is high inside, ball 1. 1-0 to Manny. On the homestand, hitting .294. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. Kawakami comes back in the dirt, blocked by David Ross, and a 2-ball, no strike count. Manny followed tonight by Matt Kemp. Kawakami has glistening credentials, despite the fact he is 5-9. Over in Japan, he was really something. The 2-0 pitch on the way. Fastball, line drive, speared by Hernandez to take a base hit away from Manny, and the Dodgers go 1-2-3. And at the end of an inning, no score. No score as we go to the second inning. The Dodgers and the Braves, they have really been putting on some tough shows and tough series. If you start at 2002, that's the last time the Dodgers won a series from the Braves. They won 4 of 6. After that, there were 2 series that were tied, and Bobby Cox and Braves won 4 series, but they have always been very close. And going back to 2006, the run production for each team against the other is remarkable. The first pitch to Matt Diaz is high, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-0 the count to Matt. Came off the bench last night after Kelly Johnson's home run and almost followed with a home run of his own. Right-hand hitter takes a breaking ball strike, and the count 1-1. Diaz last night hit one to deepest right center. Matt Kemp ran up the wall and took at least an extra base hit away from him. The 1-1 pitch on the way is hit in the air down the right field line. Ethier on the dead run to the foul line and picks it off. Maybe 10-15 feet shy of the box seats. So Diaz fly ball to right field, 1 away, and the batter will be Adam LaRoche. Adam LaRoche has been very much of a clutch hitter. He's had 8 home runs in the 7th inning or later. He has a total of 14, and he's homered for 3 different teams this year. Big swing and a miss. Homered for Pittsburgh, then the Red Sox in Atlanta. Last night, he saw some great curveballs, his first at bat in the 2nd inning. And down he went. Adam waiting, Kershaw ready, in the strike 1 pitch. He bounces one, the dreaded 55-foot curveball. Or you can call it a slider, you can call it anything you want, but it never made it. 1-1 the count. For Billingsley, last night he threw a couple of great curveballs, and LaRoche walked away looking back at him as if to say, where'd they come from? Fastball, but that's low, and a 2-1 count to Adam LaRoche. LaRoche hitting in the 240s against left-hand pitching, but he has 3 home runs against them. 2-1 pitch, and Adam swings, fouls it away off to the left. 2-2 the count. An exchange of first baseman. The Braves sent Casey Kochman, the former Angel, to the Red Sox and acquired Adam LaRoche. 2-2 the count. Kershaw ready, and Clayton delivers. Fastball is swung on and missed. So LaRoche bit the dust last night on curves. LaRoche blows him down. Strikeout number 3 for Clayton. And the batter will be David Ross. So David Ross, right-hand hitting catcher, checking in at the plate after Brian McCann caught the first 2. Ross came up through the Dodger organization out of the University of Florida. He was a 7th round pick and actually came to the Dodgers and played here in 2002. He was also here in 03 and 04, and then went off to the Pirates in 05. David takes ball 1, 1-0 the count. David, very pleasant guy, 6'2", 235. And all of a sudden that kid that came off the campus of Florida is 32 years old. And the 1-0 pitch fouled away off to the right. David is hitting .281, half a dozen home runs, 15 runs batted in. His biggest year in power, he had 21 home runs for the Reds 3 years ago. 1 ball and 1 strike. After that, he had 17 the next year, but he has never played that much after that 07 season. David late on a fastball. It was 93. That'll make you late. 1-2 the count. Kershaw, who is brilliant when getting the ball over the plate. You know, the opposition is hitting .201 against him this year. In his last 10 starts, Clayton Kershaw's earned run average is 1.19. Brilliant. Clayton into the windup, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. David Ross swings and misses. Down he goes. 4 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw, who was throwing BBs, and at the end of an inning and a half, no score. Half the size that he is, trying to figure out which end to really start to take a bite. He opted on one, but he's studying the other as we go to the bottom of the second inning. For the Dodgers, Matt Kemp, James Loney, and then Orlando Hudson. For Clayton Kershaw, he has struck out 4, and we go into the second half with Kemp, Loney, Hudson, and if anybody gets on, Tony Abreu. Matt Kemp not quite ready to get in yet to retrieve a beach ball in left field, so timeout for the moment. Matt, 317, 15 home runs, 69 runs batted in. Kawakami into his windup, and the right-hander's pitch, fastball strike, and the count 0-1. Kawakami won what is the equivalent of the Cy Young Award in Japan. He was also the Central League MVP. Strike 1 pitch on the way, and Matt swings, doesn't get it, and the count 0-2. Fastball, slider, curve, and a splitter. Kenshin Kawakami. Right-hander strike 2 pitch on the way, and that's a little low, ball 1. Over in Japan, Kawakami had a tremendous ratio as far as strikeouts to walks are concerned. He beat Roy Halladay earlier this year in a battle at Toronto, as Kemp meanwhile hits one foul into the stands down the right field line. Still 1-2. Kawakami went 8 innings battling Roy Halladay, and the Braves beat Halladay and the Blue Jays 1-0. Kawakami can pitch, no doubt about it. Here's his 1-2 pitch on the way. Slow, off speed, hit softly to Escobar. A 70-mile-an-hour slow curveball. Line drive to the shortstop.
Number 7.
One away, and James Loney coming up. Loney had a tough night last night. He went 0 for 5, struck out 3 times and walked. James hitting .285, 7 home runs, 68 runs batted in. Loney during this homestand has struggled against Milwaukee plus 2 games with Atlanta. In fact, James hitting just .158 during this stand. and looks at a pitch off the plate. Ball one. 1 for 15 in his last 4 games. He does have 4 walks. 1-0 to James Loney. No score. Second inning, 1 out. Kawakami's fastball is low. 2 balls and no strikes. In Japan a couple of years ago, he led the league in strikeouts. The 2-0 pitch on the way. Kawakami delivers, and is a ground ball to the right side, right into the glove of Yori Hernandez. Then we have 2 down in the second inning, and the batter will be Orlando Hudson. Orlando Hudson picked up his 1,000th major league hit when he singled off Derek Lowe's glove, and then last night he picked up his first at bat with a base hit. Orlando hitting .292. 7 home runs, 54 runs batted in. We were talking earlier about runs. Since 2006, Atlanta has scored 119 runs against the Dodgers. The Braves have scored 117. So they have really played close. And here we are, scoreless, second inning. 1 ball and no strikes the count to Orlando Hudson. Kawakami comes back, and it's fouled away off to the left, up along third. 1-1 the count. Tomorrow, the concluding game of the series. Javier Vasquez definitely on the mound for Atlanta, a 9-game winner, and making his mental notes as he's draped over the railing of the Braves dugout. Dodgers think it will probably be Jeff Weaver. Remember, they were not only announcing Elbert would pitch tomorrow, then they pitched him 2 games in a row, and now they've sent him down. Orlando Hudson takes low. So imagine the emotions of young Scott Elbert thinking about making his major league debut as a starting pitcher, and he's gone. So Weaver, the veteran, will take over. The 2-1 pitch on the inside corner. 2-2 the count. Mike Riley is the plate umpire, the crew chief, in his 33rd year out of Michigan. Here's the 2-2 pitch coming up to Orlando Hudson, and it is low, ball 3. Kawakami just hit 93 on the gun, so he can throw hard. And waiting on deck, Tony Abreu. 3-2 to Orlando Hudson. Kawakami delivers, and it's fouled away. Hudson almost fell down, wound up outside the right-hand hitter's box. I mean, you want to talk about letting out a swing. Chasing a fastball away, lost his balance and staggered across right-hand hitting box. Boy, he sure didn't get cheated on that pitch. 3-2 the count. Kawakami, who works quickly, comes right back. 3-2, and there's a high foul ball down the left field line and back into the crowd. Great weather, great games, and great crowds. Last night we had 53,184. Night before 46.3, and from the looks of things, looks like another 50,000 tonight. 3-2 pitch to Orlando Hudson is swung on. A fly ball into shallow right center. Coming over is Ryan Church to make the catch, and that's it. So 6 in a row retired by Kawakami. Kershaw going back to work, and at the end of 2, no score. breaking ball. High fastball blew away Escobar. Then he got LaRoche on a fastball at the knees and nailed David Ross for number 4. So Clayton going to work now. Diori Hernandez, then Kenshin Kawakami and Ryan Church. Hernandez takes ball 1-0. Diori's from San Pedro de Macari in the Dominican. 5'11", 170. 25 years old. Right-hand hitter looks at a strike and the count 1-1. His first name Diory. Diori signed as a free agent 7 years ago. Came to spring training this year hunting for Bear. Good curveball for a strike, 1-2. Hernandez during the Dominican Winter League hit a very impressive .329. He hadn't done much yet, hitting just .145 for Atlanta. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball over his head. 2-2 the count. Clayton Kershaw trying to win his 9th. Nods yes, turns on the rubber, and the 2-2 pitch. Fastball got him looking. Strikeout number 5 for Clayton Kershaw. As Hernandez with that deer in the headlights look, just frozen at the plate. And look at the pitch that sends him back to the dugout. The Kershaw starting to throw strikes, and when he does that, look out. His high in strikeouts, remember, you go all the way back to April when he struck out 13 Giants. Here's Kawakami. He takes a strike. Kawakami hitting .133. He has 4 hits. Doesn't get the next one, and the count 0-2. Kawakami has had 36 plate appearances, and he has struck out 10 times. On deck, Ryan Church. Now the strike 2 pitch on the way. Check swing foul on a fastball that seemed to explode at 94. Kawakami just did get a little of it going by. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Kershaw ready, and back he comes, and he bounces the breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2 the count. Clayton Kershaw 8-6. Ready to come back 1-2, and a fastball is lined to center. Kemp comes up, makes a sliding backhand catch for the out. So Kawakami puts the bat on the ball. It's a sinking line drive, and Matt Kemp comes over to make the catch. And we have 2 down in the 3rd inning. And the batter will be Ryan Church. Good play by Matt. He's been doing that day in and day out. Ryan Church on a no ball 2 strike count, double to left field, opening up the ball game. Kershaw deals, big slow curveball in for a strike. That's that hammer that drops 12-6 on your clock. Church 4 for 6 in the series, just loves this ballpark. In his young career, hitting .434 here. Swings at a fastball up and in, doesn't get it. 0-2. Of course, for Ryan, I'll bet you he'll remember a lot of base hits and home runs, but he will also remember that night with the New York Mets, when all of the other mistakes they made, Ryan forgot to step on third base. Here's the strike 2 pitch on the way, and Ryan swings and misses. A half a dozen strikeouts for Kershaw, 2 in each inning. And at the end of 2.5 innings, no score. 2 in each inning. So he's in his zone right now. Meanwhile, Kenshin Kawakami will be working against Tony Abreu, Brad Ausmus, and then Clayton Kershaw. Tony Abreu is from Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. 24 years old. He'll be 25 the middle of November. Came up to the Dodgers in 2007 and hit .271. Then had a lot of physical problems. Batting left-handed, he hits a bouncer to Adam LaRoche. He takes it, though the switch hitter doesn't hang around. 1 pitch, 1 away in the 3rd. You know, you can sleep under the stars on the field. The 4th annual Dodger Stadium sleepover, August 14th. Play catch in the outfield, watch Field of Dreams on the screen. Stay warm overnight with a free sleep blanket. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/sleepover or just give us a call. 323-224-2646. 1 away in the 3rd. Brad Ausmus hitting .328 with a home run and 7 runs batted in. Kawakami's first pitch, a little high, ball 1. Ausmus has been truly remarkable. 40 years old. He has made 17 starts. He has hit safely in 13 of the 17. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. Brad looks at a strike, and the count 1-1. Ausmus, coming off the bench, has not been successful. 0 for 4 as a pinch hitter. The boy, he's done a wonderful job spelling Russell Martin. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way, and it's a check swing for a strike, and the count 1-2. If Ausmus was not 0 for 4 coming off the bench, he'd be hitting .339. He has 4 doubles along with the home run. The 1-2 pitch of the right-hand hitter swung on and pulled foul outside of 3rd. Brad Ausmus. Ever since we first saw him play, when he broke in the National League with the San Diego Padres, everyone has always said how smart he is, how someday he'll be a great manager. Well, he's still a very fine player. 1-2 pitch, he just does get a little of a curveball and fouls it back. Ausmus went to Dartmouth University and was originally signed by the Yankees, but he never made it to New York. Got his degree in government from Dartmouth. Political science. Here's the 1-2 pitch coming up, and Brad lays off a pitch down and away, a curveball, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Kenshin, Kenshin, Kawakami. 2-2 the count to Brad Ausmus. Right-hander Kawakami's fastball is swung on and missed, and down goes Ausmus. By the way, we are talking about the fact that Clayton Kershaw has a half a dozen strikeouts. We should also note that Kawakami has retired 8 in a row. And Kershaw now coming up. One thing about Kawakami, when you were reading about his background, you realize that he really was a control pitcher over there. His pitch low, ball 1. His strikeout to walk ratio was almost 4-1 in his career. In the last 5 years in Japan, it was exactly 5-1. Kershaw takes 1, fouls 1, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. As we mentioned, his best game this year when he beat Halladay in Toronto 1-0. High in strikeouts, 8. 1-1 pitch on the way is foul back, 1-2. Clayton Kershaw with the bat. He has had about 40 some odd, make it 45 plate appearances, and he has struck out only 11 times. He has 4 hits. 1-2 pitch, foul back. Kawakami hit the ball hard in his at bat, remember, and Matt Kemp made that backhand sliding catch in center field. 2 out, no score. 1-2 the count to Clayton Kershaw. Rafael for call out on deck. Kawakami ready, and here he comes. 1-2 off speed, and it's hit to the hole. Smothered there by Hernandez, who throws him out. A fine play by Diori Hernandez. Down go the Dodgers 9 in a row, and at the end of 3, no score. Of the year. Who are the other 3? You remember? Well, we'll look it up and pass it along to you in a little while. Meanwhile, no score at the end of 3, and it's interesting. Kershaw has struck out 6. Kawakami has struck out 1. Kershaw has made 40 pitches in 3 innings. Kawakami has made 38. Kershaw has given up 1 hit. The leadoff double by Ryan Church on a no-ball 2-strike count. Kawakami has retired 9 in a row. So we have a gem right now as we go to the 4th inning. Martin Prado, Garrett Anderson, and Yunel Escobar in that order. Only 1 hit in the game. Ryan Church leadoff double. Prado has put up some big numbers. He's hitting .314 and hitting .330 against left-hand pitching. Ball 1. He had a big month of July. He had 35 hits in the month. One ball and no strikes. That's in there. 1-1 the count. Prado signed with the Braves a bonus of $5,000. He was also not in the top 30 for the Braves. Baseball America's prospect handbook. And last year he was the 31st prospect in the Atlanta organization, and here he is, and hitting .314. We've been quite a surprise. 6'1", 190, 25 years old. 3-1 to Martin. 3-2. Well, Clayton Kershaw, way back in April, struck out 13 Giants, and he has a half a dozen so far in 3 innings. Garrett Anderson is on deck, and then Escobar. Fastball lifted, late start by Kemp. Going out is Hudson to make the play. Matt Kemp did not get a jump at all, but Orlando Hudson did. Otherwise, that falls. So a little fly ball. Good play by Orlando. Kemp reacting late, but Hudson covered for him. One away. So coming up now, Garrett Anderson, who struck out in the first inning. So Kemp, who made that diving catch in the third inning, had to get a good jump. This time didn't, and he was saved by Hudson. The Candy Man always animated out there. I think he's talking to Laz Diaz, the second base umpire. Anderson struck out in the first inning. Kershaw's curveballs really gave him a bad time, and he starts and curveball for a strike. 0-1. That old baseball line about that's all you get until you prove you can hit it. That curve missed. 1-1. Of course, for Garrett Anderson, he has proved a long time ago that he is an outstanding major league player. 1 ball and 1 strike to Garrett. Another breaking ball but missed. So striking him out with curveballs first time, and he's come right back, giving him one after the other, and a 2-1 count. Fastball fouled away. So as the players say, Anderson was sitting on the fastball after 3 great curves, and a 2-ball 2-strike count. Anderson, in his last year with the Angels, hit .293. He had as many as 35 home runs for the Angels 9 years ago. Foul ball. Garrett's one of those fellows who makes it look easy. I remember there was talk years and years ago that he wasn't trying hard enough, but that's not true. It's just that he plays at his own pace, and he is remarkably gifted. Big breaking ball missed. So now what do? If you're Anderson, you're saying to yourself, he struck me out on a curve. Of course, the hitter's Bible is you always look fastball because you figure you can catch up on the curve. Fastball, base hit, just like that. So a 1-out single by Garrett Anderson will bring up Yunel Escobar.
Shortstop number 19, Yunel Escobar.
Escobar struck out in the first inning, and he got gassed. That high fastball around the letters just blew him away. Yunel in last night's game had 3 singles, 2 in the late innings. He had a double his first at bat in game 1. Batting .308. Foul back. 0-1. Vasquez and maybe Weaver tomorrow. The maybe attached to Jeff Weaver's name is he is also listed as the long man tonight. So the deeper into the game that Kershaw goes, the more chance there will be that Jeff pitches tomorrow. Slow breaking ball, but he misses. 1-1. No runs, 2 hits for the Braves, nothing across for the Dodgers. Kawakami has retired 9 in a row. Ramirez will be hitting third when the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1. Another breaking ball. 2-1 to count. Giants won today behind Barry Zito, but the Rockies just lost to the Cubs 6-5. Lee and Focadome hit home runs for Chicago. Both the Giants and the Rockies started the day trailing the Dodgers by 6.5. Fastball, foul back. Different direction with that fastball. Struck him out up and in with a fastball. That was more down than anything. 2-2 to Yunel Escobar. And ball 3. So he went deep into the count with Anderson, 3-2. Fastball and Garrett singled. Now he's 3-2 to Escobar. He struck him out with a fastball, and waiting on deck is Matt Diaz. So let's see what this is. It's a throw to first. Garrett Anderson has 1 stolen base. No score, 4th inning. And a high fly ball, very playable. Hudson out. Ethier coming in a hurry. 2 down. Hudson really ranging in the inning. Remember, he went out to center field on the ball hit by Prado and went pretty far out on that fly ball. Kemp didn't get to one. Ethier did get to the other. And Hudson back to his position. Now the batter is Matt Diaz. D-I-A-Z, but it is pronounced Diaz. And as Matt said, very simple. Grandfather came over from Barcelona, Spain, and he pronounced it Diaz. End of story. Matt had an amazing game in San Diego. He grounded into 3 double plays and he struck out. But he also hit a 2-run home run to help win the game. Matt's from Portland, Oregon, and lives in Florida. Breaking ball but missed. Ball 1. Want to know the count to Matt. Fastball for a strike. 1-1. Kershaw hits 93. Matt Diaz out of Florida State University and was drafted by the Devil Rays 10 years ago. 1-1. Breaking ball hit in the air to right. Ethier is there. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and at the end of 3.5 innings, Braves nothing, Dodgers nothing. will start it off. He'll be followed by Andre Ethier and then Manny Ramirez. Rafael Furcal, originally signed by the Braves out of the Dominican Republic way back in 1996. 4 years later, began a great career with Atlanta through 05. Takes a strike and the count 0-1. 1 year with the Braves, it would be 6 years ago, he had 15 home runs. Little low, 1 ball and 1 strike. 9 in a row retired through 3 innings by Kawakami. Kenshin with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Off speed, 1-2. Kawakami has an interpreter or translator with him. He speaks bits and pieces of English, we understand. They say he has a very good sense of humor. One and two. 2-2. We mentioned as part of the trivia question that Furcal was a Rookie of the Year in 2000. He had 295 with 4 home runs and 37 runs batted in. He also had 40 stolen bases that year. 3-2 to Rafael, 31 years old. 2-2, and he's aboard now. So that breaks the string of 9 consecutive outs. Talking about Rafael Furcal, remember the Aflac question. Rafael, one of 4 Atlanta players named National League Rookie of the Year. Who are the other 3? Well, you probably picked a couple of them. Maybe Dave Justice, and then going back, Bob Horner, and a big catcher by the name of Earl Williams. So Furcal at first. Andre Ethier hit the first pitch and grounded out in the first inning. One ball and no strikes. Furcal, standing over at first, has stolen 6 out of 10. But with the infield alignment, if Rafael stays on the bag, so does LaRoche, and there's a sizable hole on the right side of the infield. 1 ball and no strikes. Ethier grounded to LaRoche in the first inning. No score, bottom of the 4th. Slow breaking ball for a strike. 1-1 the count. Dodgers having, as you know, a remarkable year with walk-offs, 11 of them. Ethier's been involved in 5. Off the plate, ball 2, 2-1. There was another walk-off, but that involved an error with Orlando Hudson at the plate, and Manny waits on deck. 2-1 the count. Furcal does not go, and the ball is hit to left field. Anderson goes back to pick it off. So they tried to make sure he would go the other way, the way they set the infield up for sure, and that's exactly what Ethier did, a fly ball to left. And now here comes Manny Ramirez with 1 out. Joe Torre, in talking about Manny Ramirez before the game, said once Manny starts going up the middle or to right, we'll know he's all right. Well, in the first inning, Ramirez scorched one, and it was speared on the right side by second baseman Diori Hernandez. So we'll see if that means anything in his second at bat. 1 out, 4th inning, no score. Furcal a walk at first base. And he hit him 294 during the homestand. That's a strike. Inside corner. 0-1. Fastball and a high but playable fly ball. Ryan Church. The man is 0 for 2, and the batter will be Matt Kemp. Kemp hit a soft line drive, if there is such a thing. The line drive, just the trajectory. And it was right at Yunel Escobar. So Matt 0 for 1. No runs, 2 hits for the Braves. Nothing but a walk for the Dodgers. And we're in the 4th. Dodgers in the month of August, so-so. They've won 3 and lost 4. The Braves, since the 27th of June, have really turned their act around. They're 22 and 14, but they are having a lot of trouble trying to catch the Phillies or even be considered for the wild card. They're 4.5 out in the wild card. 6.5 back of Philadelphia. Time, and the way Mike Riley pointed, we assume David Ross asked for time. Bobby Cox, originally signed by the Dodgers in 1959, an infielder. Played for the Dodger Rookie Club, believe it or not, managed by Carl Erskine. Bobby, an infielder, hurt his right arm, so determined to make it, spent an entire offseason teaching himself to throw left-handed. Ball 1. And we pointed it out the other night when Bobby came out of the dugout going to the mound. He is the only manager, to my knowledge, who still wears spikes. And from the first day in spring training, he puts those spikes on. Now, he's had his knees changed twice. Slow curve for a strike. And I've heard players say, just to watch Bobby put those spikes on and walk out is truly inspirational. Bobby is 67. For called bluffs, Kemp fouls, and it's 1-2. On deck, James Loney. Matt hitting .350 during the homestand. One and two. Showing the fastball at 90 and a 2-2 count. Clayton Kershaw came very close to getting the first hit, and Yori Hernandez made a smothering stop and then threw Clayton out. That was in the 3rd inning. 2-2 to Kemp. No score. Bottom of the 4th. Growing up in Japan, Kawakami said his idol was Greg Maddux. He even had a Greg Maddux Braves t-shirt as a kid. Fastball hit up the middle, and it almost took part of the mound with it. So the Dodgers now with 2 out collect their first hit. They have runners at first and second, and a very hungry James Loney coming up. Loney 0 for 5 last night, 0 for 3 the game before, 0 for 1 tonight. So he is 0 for 9 as he checks in at the plate. So you talk about hot and cold. Look at that. 7 for 14 the previous 3, and then the last 5, 1 for 16. So it goes in the life of a ball player. 2 on, 2 out. No score. High drive into right field. Diaz, however, has a play and puts it away. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left, and at the end of 4, no score. Kershaw, who has allowed 2 hits while striking out 6. Brad Ausmus going out to talk to Kershaw. Second time around now for a hitter like LaRoche, who is very dangerous. Last night, Billingsley struck him out with some great curveballs. Tonight, Kershaw struck LaRoche out with fastballs in the 2nd inning. So we will see how he serves him this time. And ball 1 starts in fastball. Adam hitting .259, 13 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Chip off the old block, his dad, big league pitcher. Ground foul, 1-1. Adam at Dodger Stadium coming into this series had 5 home runs and 15 RBIs in only 13 games here. Breaking ball outside, ball 2, 2-1 to count. Adam went to school Seminole State in Oklahoma, but he lives in Kansas. High foul off third, well out of play. For Adam, his father Dave was not only a good big league pitcher, twice he was an American League All-Star in '76 and '77. Adam was born in '79, so he never saw him play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball, 3-2. Adam was a pretty good pitcher, as David Ross waits on deck, but his father said no, stick to hitting, and stick to it he does as he lines one foul. His father's reasoning was, stick to hitting, you can always go back to pitching. He was good enough as a pitcher in high school to be selected by the Florida Marlins as a pitcher, but he declined to sign and went to junior college. Check swing. It was a bum check.
On
a fastball out of the strike zone.
Catcher number
up there.
David Ross.
7 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw, and the batter will be David Ross. 130 and 129. His high 13. David Ross struck out in the second inning. Curveball strike, 0-1. Sandy Koufax was the only pitcher where I would get the feeling about a no-hitter with the leadoff hitter. I mean, Sandy would walk out to the mound, the fastball would just seem to be a blur, and then that big hammer curveball, and you'd say, oh my goodness, he's got great stuff tonight. 0-2. It wouldn't be fair to link Kershaw and Koufax yet. One ball and 2 strikes. Curve is low. 2-2. One away. 5th inning, no score. Great game. Kershaw and Kawashima. Strike 3 called. 8 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw. And Diori Hernandez will be coming up. Fastball at the knees. Good pitch. So in 5 innings, with 2 out in the 5th, he's got 14 outs and 8 of them strikeouts. And that big curveball for a strike. Hernandez struck out in the 3rd inning. So he's on the ropes. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Just missed inside. Hernandez picked up his first major league hit in May. Picked up his first major league home run in July against the Phillies. 1-2. Curveball, whack foul. Tomorrow, the concluding game of the series with the Braves and of the homestand. Javier Vazquez 9-7. And right now, Jeff Weaver with a record of 5-4. So Vazquez watching and waiting. 1-2. Fastball got him. He strikes out the side. 9 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw. However, heading for the bottom of the 5th, no score. bottom of the 5th inning, and what a dandy we have going. Kenshin Kawakami has allowed 1 hit, a single by Matt Kemp with 2 out in the 4th inning. Clayton Kershaw has allowed 2 hits. He has struck out 9, including the side in the 5th inning. So it's push and shove, and here we go in the bottom of the 5th. Interesting, too, the Braves are swinging and missing. Kershaw has had 17 swinging strikes. Orlando flied to center in the 2nd inning. Ball 1. Kawakami retired the first 9 in a row before giving up a walk and a single. That's in there. 1-1. We've had 2 men get to second base. Church, who led off the game with a double and stayed there, and for call in the 4th inning. Fouled away. No play. 1-2 to Orlando. Then Tony Abreu and Brad Osmond. A little low, 2-2. Kawakami, to repeat, is 34 and a very experienced pitcher after 11 years with the Chunichi Dragons. Foul back. They called Nagoya home. Manny Ramirez and Rafael Furcal explaining motions. 2-2. Just missed. I think Kawakami thought he had it. 3-2 the count. Came in with a record of 5-9. Boy, he looks like a much better pitcher than his record would indicate. 3-2 to Orlando. And it's promptly hit over the head of Hernandez into right center for a base hit. So a leadoff single by Hudson. The Dodgers had a leadoff walk by Furcal in the 4th inning. No runs and 2 hits for each side. Tony Abreu hit the first pitch and grounded out. Came up off the bench last night and hit the first pitch and grounded out. Maybe having just returned from Albuquerque, a little jumpy, a little edgy. We'll see. Orlando Hudson over there is a good base stealer. He's 7 for 7. Abreu was hitting .340 in Albuquerque. And a strike. 0-1. Tony checking with Larry Boa. Abreu had 8 home runs at Albuquerque, off speed on the corner, so he's in a hole now. 0-2. Tony 5'11", switch hitter, 200-pounder. His first name is Etanasio. Still 0-2. E-T-A-N-S-I-A-O. And they cut that down to Tony. No balls, 2 strikes. Hudson at first, nobody out. Curveball off the glove, dying on the grass. Hernandez throws too late. So what might have been a double play ball squirted off the glove of Kawakami. Hernandez made an excellent effort, but his throw was late. Bobby Cox is out there talking to Chuck Merriweather, but Bobby is only talking after that great effort, and now Bobby slowly going back. This close.
Catcher number 12, Brad Osmus.
So a squib single for Tony Abreu. First and second, nobody out. Ausmus, Kershaw, and then for call. For Tony, that would be his first hit in the big league since 2007. Ball one. Brad hitting .324. Hudson at second, Abreu at first, nobody out. Fastball down and dirty, 2-0 the count. The Hudson single to right. Abreu singles off Kawakami's glove. And remember, he was a Gold Glove recipient 3 times over in Japan. Ausmus very loose and relaxed, visiting with David Ross and the plate umpire Mike Riley. Two and 0 to Brad. And 3-0. So all of a sudden, Kawakami on that comeback that got away, saying okay to David Ross. Kershaw went back to the bat rack for a moment. 3-0. And they let him swing. Foul off first. A trio of Braves juggled and dropped. Diaz and Hernandez along with Adam LaRoche. Hernandez banged his knee. He's not ready yet. There's LaRoche. There's Hernandez in the middle. And then over the wall went Diaz. And looked like Diaz would have caught it. But Hernandez, in trying to take it away from him, broke up the play. A little surprised they let Ausmus swing 3-0. He has just 1 home run. All right, 3-1 the count to the Dodger catcher. 2 on, nobody out. No score. Fastball for a strike. 3-2. Ausmus, in case you wonder, has not grounded into a double play. Hudson at second, Abreu at first. 3-2 the count. Runners go. Fastball fouled away. So the Dodgers roll the dice that Brad will make contact. He has struck out 11 times in 77 plate appearances. And then he struck out in the 3rd inning tonight. Well, they ran them once. We'll see if Joe turns them loose again. They go. Foul back again. No score, bottom of the 5th. Well, they've run twice. Figure they'll go again. There they go. And it's strike 3. The throw to third. They've got Hudson hung up. Hernandez now runs him, tags him out, drops the ball, but the tag was already made. Down to second base goes Abreu. But that was a very expensive play as the Dodgers run into 2 outs. So Ausmus does what the Dodgers gambled he wouldn't do. He strikes out after they let him swing 3-0. And then it was a case of Prado and Hernandez finally getting Orlando Hudson. So a strikeout, 2-5-4 scoring. Abreu goes down to second. And here is Kershaw, who was robbed of a hit by Hernandez in the third inning. No score in the fifth. 2 out. A bunt fouled at the plate. Kershaw has a half a dozen sacrifices, and of course, trying to bunt with 2 out, he's trying to get a base hit. 0-1. Tony Abreu out there at second base. Another strike. 0-2 the count. So one moment the Dodgers had 2 on and nobody out. Now with 2 out, they have a runner at second and an 0-2 count to Clayton Kershaw. Fastball fouled away. Orlando Hudson and Juan Pierre, good buddies, having a little conversation in the dugout. Loretta, Martin, Casey Blake taking it all in. No balls and 2 strikes. And a little roller to Hernandez. And that's that. So the Dodgers get a couple of base hits and come up empty. And at the end of 5, no score. Dodgers beat Cincinnati, scoring 20 runs, 13 runs in 1 inning. And would you believe it? Gil Hodges came up 3 times in 1 inning. That's quite a night. Let's go back to the ball game. We have a gem working here. Clayton Kershaw and Kenshin Kawakami. Tomorrow, Javier Vasquez, and from the looks of things, Jeff Weaver. Had Kershaw had a lot of trouble early, Weaver was to be the long man, but we're heading into the 6th inning, no score. Kawakami, Church, and Prado in that order. Kawakami hit the ball hard in the 3rd inning, a line drive to center, and Matt Kemp made a backhand sliding catch to take a hit away. Strike. 0-1. Wow. Boy, did he not get cheated on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball? Okay. 0-2 to Kenshin. Kershaw, coming into the inning, had made 79 pitches. Same number as Kawakami. And whack foul. And I think he cracked his bat. Yep, he'll have to get another. And he wants a special bat, not the one that was brought out to him. Looking for one with a base hit in it. One and two the count. No score, sixth inning. No runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits for the Braves. Curveball. And just a little poke at it. Still 1-2. Curveball, and he looked like a pitcher swinging at the curveball. Take another pitch from Clayton Kershaw.
Center fielder, number 25.
Starts way up there, big spinner, and it just drops in. That was against Ryan Church when he struck him out in the 3rd inning. And Church is coming up now here in the 6th. 10 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw. A bunt foul. Martin Prado is 0 for 2, but he has avoided the strikeout. Matt Diaz is 0 for 2, and he has avoided the strikeout, and that's it. Clayton Kershaw has gotten everybody else at least once. And on deck is Prado. Fastball. So Church is in a hole 0-2. But remember, leading off the ball game, the count was 0-2, and Ryan doubled, and the K's are prominently displayed. No balls, 2 strikes. Little foul out of play. That was a hard breaking ball, a slider, and Church just did get a little bit of it. 0-2. Fastball. So Church getting everything in the store, and the count stays 0-2. Ryan hitting .284, 4 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Church from Santa Barbara. And pulls the curveball, and one hopper to Lonia makes a nice play. You know, tomorrow, why not head to the beach? Bleacher Beach at Dodger Stadium. You'll enjoy unlimited barbecue, Dodger flip-flops, and a private beach party presented by Bud Light. To purchase tickets, visit Dodgers.com/beach or call 866-DODGERS. 2 outs, 6th inning. And here is Prado, one of the 2 yet to strike out. Big curveball, but he missed with it. Ball 1. After Church led off the game with a double, Kershaw then retired 10 in a row. And then Anderson singled. And he has retired 2, 4, 7 in a row since Anderson singled. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1. Prado popped up in the first inning, and that was one of those rare sights, watching Clayton Kershaw call James Loney off the ball, and Kershaw made the catch. Fastball. And then last time up, Prado popped up in shallow center field. Orlando Hudson went out to get it. That was a good play because Matt Kemp did not get the jump, and Orlando covered for him. Matt did make more than just a jump, taking a hit away from Kawakami in the third inning. So Clayton goes 3-2. Now he's right on the edge. He hasn't walked anybody yet, and Garrett Anderson on deck. Fastball, big bouncer. Abreu struggled. That ball was in the lights, but he got it. Nice play for young Tony. A much tougher chance than it might have appeared. And at the end, at 5.5, no score. I mean, he catches the ball, bases empty, but he's back up on his feet almost immediately, bracing himself on his right hand. He's up and at him. Nice play by Matt, taking a hit away from Kenshin Kawakami. So now, bottom of the 6th inning, an animated James Loney talking to Doug Mankiewicz. The pitching performance by Clayton Kershaw and Kenshin Kawakami. No score, bottom of the 6th for Call, Ethier, and Ramirez. Rafael fly to center, walk. 0 for 1, hitting .266. Strike. 0-1. Rafael hitting .296 on this homestand. Been playing super. And the fastball low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kawakami is not throwing as hard as he was in the first couple of innings. His fastball has been in the 80s, not in the 90s. Fouled down the line, out of play. He hit, I believe his high was 93 early. Now everything is 87, 88. He had made 79 pitches coming into the inning. Kershaw has made 96. 1-2. Fastball just off the plate. 2-2. Andre Ethier waiting on deck. And another fastball, or maybe a splitter, because he does have that. That was 84. 3-2. He walked for call in the 4th inning. Foul ball down the line, out of play. Rafael for call, playing in his 103rd game. He's had about 460 plate appearances, and he has struck out 60 times. That's all. 3-2. Keeps fighting them off. Now that fastball finally got back to 90. All the others have been 87, 88. And down the line, foul. Fastball and a bouncer to Hernandez. Nice big hop. 1 away. So Kawakami now facing Andre Ethier, who grounded to first and then flied to left. Andre hitting .271, 23 home runs, 72 runs batted in. And that's a strike. 0-1. Ethier leading the club with the 23 home runs and the 72 runs batted in. Also leads the team in slugging percentage as well. And that's a strike. 0-2 the count. Manny Ramirez waiting on deck. Ethier has reached base 18 of the last 19 games. Ball 1. Kenshin Kawakami. Fastball. 2-2 the count to Andre. Last night, for the first time in his career, he had 4 walks. He also flied to center and lined out to right. Ball 3. So remember, Kawakami went all the way with Furcal and got him. Manny waits on deck, and he comes right back 3-2 to Ethier. Off speed, ground ball to LaRoche. Slow curveball, 3-2. Big league pitch. 2 down in the 6th inning. Here's Manny. Lined out to Hernandez and flied to center. So it seems like he has hit the ball as an echo to Joe Torre's words about Manny will be all right if he hits the ball up the middle, that's to the right. That's exactly what he's done, and going 0 for 2. 12 home runs, 41 runs batted in, hitting .305. Starts him with a low fastball, which could easily be the splitter because he throws that 84, 85. And we told you he's a lot like Kuroda. He holds the ball as a splitter and then adjusts in his glove. 1 ball and 1 strike to Manny. One ball and 1 strike. 2 out. 6th inning, no score. Change inside. That looked like a straight change. If it was a curveball, there was certainly no break to it. He hadn't thrown many of those, and he's getting close to 100 pitches now. 2-1 to Manny. Another one fouled away. That definitely the exact same pitch, and it did have a little bend to it. 2-2. No score, bottom of the 6th. And another one popped up. He gave him 3 curveballs in the 60s and retires the side in order. That was quite a bit of big league pitching, including a 3-2 curveball to Ethier. And at the end of 6, no score. Here they are, push against shove. Kawakami, 99 pitches, 3 hits. 96 pitches for Kershaw, 2 hits. Kershaw has struck out 10. Kawakami has struck out 1. Garrett Anderson, a fly ball to right, but Ethier has a beat on it. 1 away in the 7th. Kershaw has allowed only 5 home runs this year. And with 1 out, Yunel Escobar struck out, flied to right, 0 for 2, hitting .307. Good hitter. Such an amazing story. We've told it during the series. He and 5 other players and 25 other people were on a 25-foot boat and escaped Havana, Cuba. The men who worked it out, he owed them $20,000. Two and 0 the count. So the Cubans have their coyotes. Fastball, and now Clayton, who has not walked anybody, is behind 3-0. 100 pitches. And ball 4. Of course, the Dodgers watching him very careful now after 100 pitches and on the heels of the walk. Remember his last game, he started Monday against Milwaukee and walked 6, and they had to come and get him. So walk number 1 after striking out 10. Matt Diaz twice flied to right field. Right. 0-1 to Matt. His second fly ball to right was right down the line. Ethier came to the chalk to make the catch. Guillermo Mota gets up in the Dodger bullpen. And another fly ball to right. Ethier is there. Holding on at first is Escobar. So Diaz goes to Ethier 3 times, and the batter is Adam LaRoche.
Adam LaRoche.
LaRoche has struck out twice. Last night, Adams struck out 3 times, and his last 2. So he has struck out 4 straight at bats as he checks in with Escobar at first. Escobar, by the way, does not do a lot of running. He has stolen 3 bases, but he's been caught 3. But LaRoche, dangerous, 13 home runs. Whoa, they've got him picked off. See you later. He was hung out to dry, and Kershaw had to fight a grin. Well, the crowd will now be asked to join in God Bless America, and then take me out to the ball game. At the end of 6.5 innings, no score.
Tonight we welcome a former American athlete from the city of Azusa, Danny Noriega.
It's time to bring you up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Bottom of the seventh inning. Only 7 pitches for Clayton Kershaw in the 7th inning. Locked in, scoreless with Kenshin Kawakami, and Matt Kemp fouls it away 0-1. Kershaw, by the way, has now made 103 pitches. Kawakami has just made 100. Well, this is really a gem. No runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits for the Braves. 0-1 to Matt. Slice down the right field line back into the crowd. 0-2. Dodgers have had 3 men get to second base. The Braves had their leadoff man double to open up the ball game, and he's the only one to get to second base for Atlanta, Ryan Church. 0-2. As we mentioned earlier, Kawakami outpitched Roy Halladay, and the Braves beat Toronto 1-0 way back in May, so he is certainly capable. 1-2. Final game of the 4-game series tomorrow. Vasquez and Weaver. This is the 6th meeting between the 2 teams. Dodgers have won 3 of 5. But they haven't won a season series from Atlanta since 2002. Curveball is hit into left field. So Matt Kemp leads off with a ground single to left on a curve, and Loney, Hudson, and Abreu coming up. For the Dodgers, in 3 of the last 4 innings, they managed to get the leadoff man on base. Burkall walked in the 4th, Hudson singled in the 5th, and now Kemp singles in the 7th. James Loney, who is 0 for his last 11 and very hungry, hitting .284. No score, 7th inning. Kemp, of course, a base-stealing threat. Ball 1. Matt Kemp has stolen 22 out of 26. A lot of pressure on David Ross. Loney a long look at Larry Boa. Orlando Hudson on deck. Remember, the Dodgers picked off Escobar in the top of the 7th. Kenshin Kawakami, Ichiban, number 1. There goes Kemp off speed. The throw is on the wrong side of the bag. It goes into center field, and Matt Kemp goes to 3rd. David Ross threw the ball as if it was going to go into the runner, but it was too far away for Escobar, the shortstop. Take another look. Missed at the plate, and there's the ball sailing, and Escobar never could get near it. David Ross is furious. I think David felt, if nothing else, Escobar should have caught the ball. Yunel not near Kemp, and you can understand that. It'll be an error charge to David Ross. Kemp goes all the way, stealing 2nd. So the Dodgers have the only man to get the third tonight, and it happens in the 7th inning. Infield has to play up. In the dirt, ball 2, 2-1. Might take another look at that play, not now during the sequence to Loney, but to see whether perhaps Escobar was even late getting to second base. A little ground ball to Escobar. 1 out. Now the batter is Orlando Hudson. Let's take a look at Escobar. See him going nice there, but he didn't cross over. I think he might have caught that ball, and that's why David Ross was so angry. David's still visibly upset. So Kemp at third, 1 out. Orlando Hudson fly to center, single to right. Orlando with 54 runs batted in. Grinding him out in his 107th game and hitting .293. Ball 1. On deck, Tony Abreu. Clayton Kershaw has been brilliant, but nothing to show for it yet except 10 strikeouts. 2-0. No runs, 4 hits for the Dodgers, no runs, 2 hits, and a very big error for the Braves. And ball 3. Abreu on deck, grounded to first, and hit a ball off Kawakami's glove for a base hit in the 5th inning. 3-0 to Orlando. Well, they green lighted Ausmus 3-0, so you never know. And ball 4. Been a wonderful duel as Bobby Cox sees his pitcher walk 1 after Joe Torre had his pitcher walk 1, and now Roger the Dodger, Roger McDowell, the pitching coach, out there. A little difficult talking to Kawakami, although he apparently said, yeah, I understand. Dodgers have a similar problem with Kuroda. And as we mentioned, Joe Torre thinks after they pass the rule allowing the interpreter in the dugout, it won't be long before they'll allow the interpreter to go to the mound. Chris Medlin, whom we saw briefly last night, heck, we saw everybody last night. We saw 14 different pitchers, but Medlin tuning up. For Kawakami, he has now made 112 pitches. So he's had to work very, very hard. That would be the most pitches by far he has made this year. So here's Abreu, first and third, 1 out. No score, a fake, a look, and a throw. Kawakami has made 109, and he did go once. Way back in the first week in May, 113. So he's ready to make that number right now. Ball 1. Abreu 1 for 2. The Dodgers have two very fine base runners. Hudson is 7 for 7 in stolen bases, and Kemp is 23 out of 27. 1 ball and no strikes. and ball 2. So he walked Hudson on 4. Brad Ausmus waiting on deck. Two and 0. Big curveball misses. Ball 3. The Kemp and Hudson on a 3-0 pitch to Abreu for ball 4, and the Dodgers have loaded the bases with 1 out.
Catcher number 12, Brad Ausmus.
So Brad Ausmus struck out twice, striking out in the 5th inning, looking with the runners going, and Hudson was erased at 3rd. They also let Ausmus swing 3-0 during that at bat. So we'll see what they do with him now. Kemp at 3rd, Hudson at 2nd, Abreu at 1st. No score, bottom of the 7th, 1 away. Ausmus with 7 RBIs, hitting .319. And ball 1. So Kawakami now is struggling, perhaps with fatigue, but he is struggling with his control. The left-hander Eric O'Flaherty begins to warm up, joining Medlin. 1-0 the count. Off-speed curveball for a strike. Big slow bender. 1-1. He's now made a lot of pitches. He passed that 112 mark. He's made 118 pitches right now. Fastball, strike. 1-2. Brad a little unhappy with Mike Riley on that call. Mark Loretta waiting on deck. No score, 7th inning, 1 out, bases loaded. Kemp, Hudson, and Abreu out there. Off speed, got him. 70-mile-an-hour slow curve. So Ausmus bites the dust. That'd be the 3rd time that Brad has struck out tonight, and he is not a strikeout hitter. So it is far more a tribute to Kenshin Kawakami.
For the Dodgers, batting for Kershaw, number 5.
So Kawakami has 3 strikeouts all night, and it's Ausmus each time. And now Mark Loretta coming up. Mark Loretta appeared as a pinch hitter last night and hit into a double play. Loretta appeared as a pinch hitter in the first game and singled to center. And a strike. So a brilliant 7 innings by Clayton Kershaw, but it's up in the air right now with Loretta batting for him. Kawakami has now made 120 pitches. Last 3 innings have really been tough for him. 23 pitches, 20 pitches, and a lot here in the 7th. David Ross going out to talk to him. Watch out, slamming that ball into your glove. Remember Mike Hampton? You got to be careful. 121 pitches. Well, he threw that hard enough, but it was still under 90. 1-1 to Mark, hitting .238. Coming off the bench, he has 11 hits and 6 runs batted in. Off speed, slow curve, but that stayed up. 2-1. Kemp, Hudson, and Abreu out there. Ground foul outside of third. Skipping rope was Matt Kemp. So the deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 3 on, no scores. For Kenshin Kawakami, this will be pitch number 125. Fastball, check swing, strike 3. Wow, what a performance. Ichiban indeed. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left, and no score. Belisario now. He'll be pitching to LaRoche, Ross, and Hernandez. And a strike. LaRoche has struck out twice. More importantly, he has struck out 4 straight times. The last 2 last night. And a little roll at Aloni. So they have certainly stopped Adam down. 1 away.
For the Rays, number 8, catcher David Ross.
David Ross struck out twice against Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw struck out 10, allowed 2 hits, allowed 1 man to get to second base, and it wasn't good enough. Ball one. Belisario comes in with a 1-3 record. Wonderful ERA at 2.4. Little ground ball to third. Abreu. Two out in the 8th inning. Kelly Johnson, who came up and hit a home run the other night, will be coming up. You know, you can celebrate Manny's magical night with a Manny bobblehead pack. Receive an original bobblehead and secure your seat for September 16th. First 50,000 fans receive Manny's curtain call bobblehead. Packs also include 3 Sunday games, all starting at $64. So buy now at Dodgers.com/specials or call 866-DODGERS. Kelly Johnson started last night's game and hit a 2-run home run in the 7th inning against Hong-Chi Kuo. Kelly did not play in the first game. And ball one. Johnson hitting .223 as Kawakami sits quietly. If they get a chance, they're going to have Greg Norton come up and bat for Kawakami. So maybe it's a case of one of those things where you say to yourself, the starting pitchers pitch so well, neither one deserved to lose. 1-2. No score, 8th inning. Another big crowd on such a beautiful evening. The paid attendance is a whopper, 53,338. That's actually about 150 more than last night. Fouled away. So Kelly Johnson trying to get something started. With 2 out in the 8th, no score. Kelly's out of Austin, Texas, and as an infielder, he still had to have the Tommy John surgery. 2-2 the count. 10th round pick by the Braves, excuse me, a first round pick by the Braves in 2000 out of high school. (27 years old). And to the backstop for ball 4. So Kelly Johnson draws a walk. And now Greg Norton will be coming up. Norton, a veteran, coming up to hit with 2 out in the 8th inning.
Pinch hitting, number 20, Greg Norton.
Norton has had a long career. And Joe Torre now might make a move. George Sherrill is down in the bullpen, and we'll wait till Joe gets to the mound to make sure. But Greg Norton, at 37, has been playing in the big league since 1997. So Belisario coming out. They'll go to Sherrill, and we'll be back right after this. Kami with courage and hang to it with 125 pitches. I remember you used to talk about getting into the ninth inning with 125, and that would be enough. Well, he made 125 in 7 innings. For the Dodgers, they had Furcal at second, they had Hudson at second, they had Kemp at third. For the Braves, the only man to get to second base was Ryan Church, the first batter of the game. Greg Norton is a switch hitter, a veteran at 37, who first came up with the White Sox. Norton is hitting .333 right, .089 left. Though you think the Dodgers are flying into the face of the numbers, but naturally Norton sees a lot more right-handers than left. So Greg checking in. He hit as many as 17 home runs years ago for the Devil Rays. And ball 1. No score, 8th inning. And ball 2, 2-0. Kershaw, Belisario, and Sherrill, and Norton batting for Kawakami. Sherrill, who almost turns his back on the hitter. It's rather unusual. And he's behind 3-0. Norton is from San Leandro. Went to the University of Oklahoma. Drafted by the Giants out of high school, but opted to go on to the university. 3-0. And ball 4. So Sherrill really didn't come close. And with 2 out, Braves have runners at first and second, and Ryan Church, the batter.
Ryan Church.
Sherrill out of Nashville, Tennessee, working on Ryan Church. Double, struck out, grounded out against Kershaw. And ball 1. Ryan hitting .283, 4 home runs, 30 RBIs. And here at Dodger Stadium, he apparently sees the ball very well, because he's put up some good numbers here, hitting over 400 at Dodger Stadium in his career. That's off the plate. 2-0 to count to Ryan Church. Fastball hit to the hole. Furcal did not have a play, and the tag was made by Abreu. Rafael Furcal made the play. Abreu got the tag on the thigh of Kelly Johnson. The only play that Rafael had. Here comes the tag right on the right leg. Kelly didn't try to slide. No score. will be Chris Medlin. Medlin from Artesia went to Santa Ana Junior College. He also attended El Camino Junior College. Drafted by the Devil Rays out of high school, but went on to junior college where he pitched and played shortstop. Fastball, curve, slider, changeup. We saw him briefly last night. Facing Rafael Furcal. A strike as Rafael runs up. One and one. Medlin picked up his first major league victory 31st of May this year. One and two. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Bottom of the eighth, no score. What a gem. Two and two. In game one, Bobby Cox used Lowe, O'Flaherty, Moylan, and Soriano. Last night, Jurgens, Medlin, Acosta, O'Flaherty, Gonzalez, Moylan, and Soriano. That's fouled away. Now Kawakami and Medlin. Meanwhile, Torrey has used a lot of pitchers. Wolf, Klo, Moda, and Elbert in the first game. Billingsley, Klo, Sherrill, Broxton, McDonald, Troncoso, and Elbert last night. And tonight, Kershaw, Belisario, and Sherrill. So it has been a very, very tough series. 3-2 the count to Rafael Furcal. 0 for 2 with a walk. Three and two. Hop foul out of play. Another fastball at 91. On deck, Andre Ethier and then Manny Ramirez. Little foul out of play. Jonathan Broxton did not appear in the first game. He did appear last night and had a save getaway, and he'll be right back in the fire in the ninth inning tonight. Three and two to Rafael. Check swing, ball four, no swing, says Eric Cooper. For the Dodgers, they've had their leadoff man get on in the fourth inning, in the fifth inning, in the seventh inning, and now in the eighth inning. For the Braves, they've had a leadoff man get on base only once. Ethier twice grounded to first and flied to left. 0 for 3. All those at bats were against Kawakami. Naturally, they have to keep an eye on Furcal. For Rafael, that was an important at bat. It was a 9-pitch at bat to get the walk. Furcal has stolen 6 out of 10. That's a strike. 0-1. Andre hitting .271. 23 home runs, 72 runs batted in. Big man in both departments. Medlin was brought up from AAA on the 21st of May. Great off-speed pitch. Wonderful changeup, and Ethier way out in front of it. Medlin at AAA was basically a starter. He was 5-0 down there, and he had an earned run average of 1.1. Oh, 0-2 to Ethier. Ramirez on deck. No score, bottom of the 8th. Got him. Another changeup. He threw back-to-back changeups to strike out Ethier. One away. So here's Ramirez. Manny lined out to second, flied to center, and then got a couple of very slow curveballs in the 6th inning back-to-back and popped the second one up to Hernandez. Manny last night went 0 for 3 and 2 for 4 in the first game. Ramirez batting .303, 12 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Fastball strike. Fastball at 90, his straight change around 82. Medlin is certainly not big for a big league pitcher. He's only 5'10", and that's considered very small. 175. Fastball for another strike. Oh, and 2 to count to Manny. Fastball just low. Talking about young pitchers, the Braves have it handy. Tommy Hanson and Bobby Cox with Hanson has a pitcher who is 6'6", 215. 1-2 to Manny Ramirez. And Medlin certainly doing his job, keeping an eye on Rafael. One ball, 2 strikes. Foul back. So where Manny went out on off-speed pitches in the 6th inning from Kawakami, he's getting a lot of fastballs from Medlin. For call, anchored at first, visiting with LaRoche. Two and 2. for 6 in the last 2 games. 2 for 10 in the series. Got him. And came back after all those fastballs to put him away with a breaking ball. And Manny goes 0 for 4. Medlin has struck out 2. And that breaking ball just avoided the bat. So Medlin strikes out easier on a changeup. Ramirez on a breaking ball. And now he not only has to contend with Kemp, but certainly with 2 out, Rafael Furcal might very well try to get a jump. Bottom of the 8th, no score. And they are so conscious of Furcal. Off speed for a strike. That straight changeup at 81. Furcal, when he was a Brave, stole 40 bases his rookie year. And then his last year with the Braves, he stole 46. So Bobby Cox is very aware of Rafael Furcal's base stealing ability. As a Dodger 2 years ago, Furcal stole 25. That's a strike. 0-2 to Matt. So the local boy, the artist from Artesia, Chris Medlin, walks Furcal, strikes out Ethier, strikes out Ramirez, and he's 0-2 with Kemp, and very conscious of Furcal. He's probably thrown over there more times than he has made pitches. Crowd doesn't like it, but it's good baseball. Larry Boa deep in thought, watching Medlin cover for call. 0-2. Got him. What an inning for Chris Medlin. 23 years old from Artesia, strikes out the side, and at the end of 8, no score. pitchers in the first game. We had 7 more for 14 in the second game. That's 22. And we've had 6 pitchers tonight. 28 pitchers in 3 games, each man with his own habit, each man landing in a different area, each man perhaps digging the trough in front of the rubber in order to get your foot down and push off. And sooner and later, the wear and tear has to be ministered to. And boy, talking about a performance, and we've had some beautiful things tonight. We saw Kershaw strike out 10, including the side. We saw that very courageous performance by Kawakami to strike out 2 with the bases loaded. And then we see Chris Medlin come in, strike out Ethier, strike out Ramirez, and strike out Kemp. So it has been a pitcher's night for each team. And all of them so very, very impressive. And now Jonathan Broxton, who pitched the 9th inning last night, made 23 pitches and let a save opportunity get away. John now comes in battling for a possible win. Broxton is 7-0. He has 24 saves. And his strikeout to walk ratio is about 3.5 to 1. So Big John will be pitching to Martin Prado, Garrett Anderson, and Yunel Escobar. Last night, when Broxton came in the 9th inning, McLouth walked and stole second easily. In fact, if there is an Achilles heel on the fireballing Broxton, it might very well be an inability to cover base stealers. And if you remember, McLouth stole easily, and then Garrett Anderson singled him in to tie up the game. It went 12. And the Dodgers knocked off Troncoso, and they also punished Elbert. So here's Prado, 0 for 3. Out on a good play by Tony Abreu, who lost a high bouncer in the lights for the moment, but still got him. Hit down the line, foul. 0-1 the count. Prado came to the Braves briefly in 06, went up and down, and stayed last year and this year. Hitting .312, 7 home runs, 32 runs batted in, 0 for 3 tonight. He had 2 hits last night, and 0 for 5 in the first game. One and 1. In there. No runs, 2 hits for the Braves. Ryan Church on a no-ball 2-strike count, leading off the ball game. Doubled into the left field corner, never moved. Garrett Anderson singled with 1 out in the 4th, and that's been it as far as the Brave offense is concerned. Bad swing by Prado. He was badly fooled on the slider. 1 away.
Outfielder number 18, Garrett Anderson.
Just a little cut at the end of it. And the batter now, Garrett Anderson. For the Braves, it's not as if they have wasted any opportunities. They've only left 4 men. The Dodgers have left 6, including the bases loaded in the 7th inning. In fact, make it 7 because they left another man in the 8th. Ball 1 to Garrett. Anderson has struck out, single to center, flied to right, pretty deep. 1 for 3, hitting .289. That's in there. 1-1. And another strike. 1-2. No score, top of the ninth. Anderson always a threat. In his salad days with the Angels, he hit as many as 35. He has 9 now. Roxton has to be very careful. During a stretch of years, Anderson at 35, 28, 29, 29 again. So he carries some lightning in that bat. 1-2 to count to Garrett. 6'3", 225, 37. And ground ball to Hudson. 2 out, top of the ninth. And the batter will be Yunel Escobar.
Shortstop, number 19.
Escobar struck out, flied to right, and walked. He is 0 for 2. To look ahead for the Dodgers in the bottom of the ninth inning, they have James Loney, Orlando Hudson, and Tony Abreu, with, among others, Casey Blake and Russell Martin in the dugout. The Braves' last hit was Anderson's single in the 4th inning. Short hop by Abreu to get him. Nice play by Tony. Broxton sets him down, and here they come. Loney, Hudson, and Abreu, no score. For a call, he struck out the side of Ethier, Ramirez, and Kemp. He also made 21 pitches in that inning. And we'll see how he goes in the bottom of the ninth. James Loney, who is 0 for his last 12, will check in. Then Hudson and Abreu. James grounded to second, flied to right, grounded to short. Loney hitting .283, 7 home runs, 68 runs batted in. Fastball line drive right at Johnson. So Loney hits the ball hard and still goes 0 for 4. 1 out, and Orlando Hudson coming up. Hudson flied to center, single to right, and walked. He was running from second when Ausma struck out in the 5th inning, and Hudson was nailed in a rundown. No score, bottom of the 9th. A strike, 0-1. Dodgers have been involved in 13 shutouts. They're 4-3 at home, 3-3 on the road. Guillermo Mota gets up in the Dodger bullpen, and this thing goes to the 10th. Atlanta has been involved in 18 shutouts. They're 3-5 on the road. Line drive to third. He is something, isn't he? He's got something to say, usually with a smile on his face, even after lining out. So 2 down on line drives here in the 9th inning. And Tony Abreu coming up. Abreu grounded to first, singled off Kawakami's glove, and walked. Strike. Abreu had so many physical problems. He had a bone bruise on his shoulder. Then he had a lower abdominal strain. Then he had a sports hernia and underwent surgery. 1-2. Then, for good measure, in May of last year, he had arthroscopic surgery on his right hip. So it has really slowed down his development. Got a lot of talent. 2-2. So has Chris Medlin, who has retired 5 in a row after giving up the leadoff walk to Furcal in the 8th inning. 2-2. And down goes Abreu. 4 strikeouts for Medlin. And he's retired 6 in a row. Very impressive. We head for extra innings, no score. Saturday night mood, having fun, especially with Diamond Vision out there and the music in the background. Some of the folks really putting on a show on the screen, especially one fella. So no score in the 10th, no runs, 2 hits for the Braves, no runs, 4 hits for the Dodgers. And Guillermo Mota now comes out of the Dodger bullpen to be their 5th pitcher used. Mota appeared in Game 1. He did not appear last night. He made 13 pitches in Game 1. call that? Macarena? La Macarena? Yes. And the crowd just loving it. Matt Diaz, followed by Adam LaRoche and David Ross, and Guillermo Mota picking it up. Guillermo's 3-2, an ERA of 3. For Matt Diaz, he has certainly been consistent. 0 for 3, all 3 fly balls to right field. He also almost hit a home run to right field last night as a pinch hitter. And in the first game, he was 2 for 3 with singles. And he drives it to the gap in right center. Ethier on the run, reaches up and makes the catch. Big play by Andre.
First baseman, 22, Adam LaRoche.
So he can do a lot more than hit him. He can catch him. And for Diaz, a picture of frustration, and it's all the helmet's fault. But you got to do something when you go 0 for 4. 4 times tonight he hit the ball to Ethier. Now here's LaRoche. He has struck out twice and grounded out. 0 for 3. Fouled away. No runs, 2 hits for Atlanta. A leadoff double by Church in the first inning, and a 1-out single to center by Anderson in the 4th. That's it. They did have 3 men reach on walks. Dodgers no runs, 4 hits. And that's popped in the air, foul off to the left and out of play. So the Dodgers and Braves struggled for 12 last night, and they're in the 10th tonight with a day game tomorrow. Yeah, this one will make you scratch your head. Tough game for each team. Ball 1. Kershaw, Belisario, Sherrill, Broxton, and Mota, Kawakami, and Medlin. Adam hitting .258. Little foul ball. Two and 2 to Adam LaRoche. 1 out in the 10th, no score. Dodgers had 1 man get to third. The Braves have had 2 men get to second. Line foul deep in the lower deck. 53,338 on hand tonight. Dodgers have drawn over $2.5 million. Two and 2. Youngsters perhaps fighting sleep a little bit. 10-15. Two and 2 to Adam. And a foul ball off third, well back into the crowd. So you have LaRoche and Ross, and if anybody gets on the left-hand hitting Kelly Johnson, Dodgers will have Ausmus, then Mota or a hitter, and Furcal. Ball 3. And ball 4. So the only base runners that the Braves have had since the 4th inning have gotten there on walk. Escobar in the 7th, Johnson and Norton back to back in the 8th, and now this walk to LaRoche. Now we'll see about David Ross. He is going to be called back, and they'll go to the bench. Brian McCann, who is normally behind the plate, left-hand hitter, will come up. McCann in the first game went 0 for 5. Then last night,
pinch hitting, number 16.
He went 1 for 6, so he's 1 for 11 in the series. But Brian, a heck of a good all-star catcher and a very good hitter. So the 1 for 11 can't be taken to the bank. He's hitting .288, 12 home runs, 55 runs batted in. So he'll bat for David Ross and then stay in the game. Off speed, ball 1. McCann is from Athens, Georgia, the home of the university. He had a scholarship to the University of Alabama, but instead went with the Braves. Second round pick. Took him 4 years in the minors. Fouled away. He's been with the Braves since 2005. 25 years old and certainly well put together. 6'3" and 220. He has a brother, Brad, who was drafted by the Marlins out of Clemson. That's a strike. 1-2 to Brian McCann, who figures to be a Brave for a while. In March of 2007, he signed a 6-year deal. And before this season began, he dropped over 25 pounds. Doesn't help trying to hit the fastball. So down goes McCann, 2 out, and Kelly Johnson coming up.
Second baseman Kelly Johnson.
Kelly Johnson batting for Hernandez in the 8th inning, walked, and was out at third on a nice play by Furcal to Abreu, who tagged him on the leg. He never did slide. Kelly hit a 2-run home run last night, went 1 for 6. 0-1. Kelly is 27. Been with the Braves for 4 years. 1-1. Rafael Soriano, the closer, and Eric O'Flaherty, the left-hander, throwing in the Atlanta pen. One and 1 to Kelly Johnson. And a drive to right and deep. Ethier going back. It is gone in the lower deck, and the Braves get on the board. as Kelly Johnson hits his second home run in the 2 games, and the Braves lead 2-0. Kelly Johnson has 8 home runs, 26 runs batted in. And he just got the breaking ball right out over the middle of the plate and reaches the seats. Nate McLouth will now come up and bat for Medlin, who has a chance to win the game now. And I would assume we'll see Soriano for the 3rd straight game as the closer. So Kelly Johnson, 2-run home run last night, 2-run home run tonight. That's a strike to McLouth. Nate McLouth last night, 1 for 5, had a huge stolen base, scored a run. And I think it got a little bit of Mike Riley. Maybe he avoided it. 2-1 the count to Nate McLouth. McLouth backs away in case Riley was shaken up. Mike said, "No, I'm all right, so come on up." So Kelly Johnson and Chris Medlin, a combination to give the Braves a 2-0 lead. That's going to go down the left field line, slicing in the corner, just fouled inside of 10 feet for sure. Nate McLouth has 15 home runs, 56 runs batted in. For Guillermo Mota, that home run is the 5th that he has allowed. McLouth is the 4th pinch hitter used by Bobby Cox. He used Johnson, Norton, McCann, and McLouth. And Medlin and Johnson, what a combination. And it's 2-0 Atlanta, trying to even up 3 apiece. And McLouth walks. Now look out here because he can run. Nate McLouth has stolen 17 out of 19, and you can bet with 2 out, if there's the slightest opening, he'll be off and running. Last night he really picked Jonathan Broxton's pocket when he stole second, and Anderson singled him home to tie up the game. So here's Church. Hit an 0-2 pitch into the left field corner for a double, opening up the game, and never left second base. Since then, struck out, grounded to first, hit into a force play. And we will watch McLouth. So will Mota. Slice down the left field line, foul, out of play. Ryan hitting .282, 4 home runs, 30 runs batted in. To repeat, the Dodgers have Ausmus, Mota, and Furcal due up in the bottom of the 10th. McLouth in the low minors stole as many as 40. He had back-to-back years with the Pirates where he stole 22 and 23. The big thing that's so impressive about him, he doesn't get caught when he does run. fouled away. For instance, in '07, McLeod, 22 stolen bases. He was caught once. Last year, 23 stolen bases. He's been caught 3 times. This year, 17 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. Just doesn't get much better than that. 0-2 the count to Ryan Church. One and two. Mota throwing hard at 95. You know, the Braves had been 0 for 18 since Anderson singled in the 4th inning, and then Johnson homered. One other thing that is always lost in the shuffle here in the 10th inning. Remember, Adam LaRoche got a walk. It was a 10-pitch at bat. He had 6 foul balls, so that he was on with 2 out, and Johnson hit the home run. So, you know, the headline will be about Kelly. But a terrific at bat for Adam LaRoche. 1-2. On the outside corner, Kelly Church goes down. Kelly Johnson hits the big home run, and we go to the bottom of the 10th inning after taking one more look. Braves 2, Dodgers nothing. But David Ross puts on the gear and takes over behind the plate. In center field, Nate McLeod. Kelly Johnson was already in the game, so McLeod stays in center. And the pitcher is the closer, Rafael Soriano, who certainly knows the ups and the downs of closing. It was Soriano who was burned on the home run by Ethier in the 9th inning of the first game. It was Soriano who made 15 pitches last night and closed it up. So Juan Pierre, Russell Martin, and Rafael Furcal, the way the Dodgers stack up, and ball 1. Pierre appeared as a pinch hitter last night, grounded out, stayed in the game, and walked. That's a strike. 1-1. Soriano, with a record of 1-3, a good ERA of 2.2. He's allowed 3 home runs, and the opposition is hitting .169 against him, making a little more. So the Dodgers tried to bounce back as Pierre singles, and the batter will be Russell Martin.
For the Dodgers, pinch hitting promoter, number 55, Russell Martin.
Martin hitting .271, 3 home runs, and they'll be watching Pierre, of course, even though the Dodgers are down 2-0. Pierre has stolen 23 out of 32. Rafael Furcal on deck. Fastball, strike, 0-1. Russell Martin last night was 3 for 5, and in the game before 1 for 4. So he's had 4 hits in the series. Slider hit to right center field. McLeod makes the running catch. I don't know if Ryan Church could have caught it, but Nate McLeod, with that great speed, runs down what looked like an extra base hit. A slider away, and Martin hit it hard, and Nate on his horse catches up to it. Big play by McLeod, 1 away. The batter now is Rafael Furcal. He is 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Ball 1. Soriano trying to close it up. He's from the Dominican. He'll be 30 in December. And that's a strike. 1-1. Furcal 6 home runs, 32 runs batted in, hitting .266. Giants won. They have a chance to cut the Dodger lead to 5.5. There goes Pierre. They'll let him go. The reason Pierre would run, of course, was to take the double play away, take the force play away from Bobby. It is defensive indifference, so no stolen base. And Andre Ethier waits on deck. Soriano 6'1", about 220. Originally signed by the Mariners, pitched with them for a while. Came to the Braves 2 years ago. 2-1 to Rafael Furcal. On the corner with the fastball. 2-2. The book on Soriano: fastball, slider, change, added a splitter. And down goes Furcal. So the Dodgers are down to their last out, and it's Andre Ethier. It was Andre Ethier who beat Soriano in Game 1. Ethier did not face Soriano last night. Andre 0 for 4, 2 ground balls, a fly ball, and a strikeout. That's a strike. Soriano, 17 walks, 69 strikeouts. On deck, Manny Ramirez. Foul ball off third, down the line, no play. You can just imagine this crowd if Ethier somehow or other gets on base. Oh, and 2 to Andre. Ethier has struck out 79 times, walked 54, 0 and 2. One and 2, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Soriano, growing up in the Dominican, idolized John Smoltz. And line to right field. This crowd is going to see Manny Ramirez as Juan Pierre scores, and Ethier's the tying run at second. Ethier the tying run at second with 2 out. 2-1 Braves. Slider, strike. 1-1. Manny is lined out, flied out, popped up, struck out. Ball 2. On deck, Matt Kemp. And now they're deciding to put him on. Even though he represents the winning run, they've decided they like their chances a little better against Kemp than Ramirez. Roger McDowell going out to talk to Soriano. Matt Kemp tonight lined out to short, single to center, single to left, and struck out. Kemp did not face Soriano last night. And Kemp appeared as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning. 1-0 for 1.
Center fielder, number 27.
So Bobby Cox going against the book, but a lot of times it makes an awful lot of sense, putting a potential winning run on base. Ethier at second, Ramirez at first. It also gives the infield a chance to get a force play to end it. Matt hitting .319, 15 home runs, 69 runs batted in. Strike. Boy, it has been a great homestand. Maybe he'll be out here with us tomorrow. Javier Vasquez, Jeb Weaver. 0-1 to Matt. 1-1.
I told you the other night about Rafael Soriano. In 2006, he was hit on the side of the head by a line drive off the bat of all people, Vladimir Guerrero. And here he is pitching. Ground ball up the middle, smothered by Runel, throws, got him, and the Braves win it. Oh, what a finish. Runel Escobar makes a great play. Matt Kemp is nipped at first base, and the Braves hang on and beat the Dodgers 2-1. And boy, when you can do that and beat Kemp, you have really made a dazzling play. That close, but certainly he was out. So the home run by Kelly Johnson, the pitching by Medlin, and the play